are you? Like, are you in the office and are people standing around you giving you constant information? Like, how do you cope during those 2 or 3 weeks? How it's a 24/7 gig. How do you cope with a crisis of that nature as a person?
But during those 2 or 3 weeks, yes, the convoy was going on outside Parliament's windows.
Slurring.
But I was busy governing Canada, right?
So,
I mean, like there's still a rail strike in this town. There's still legislation has to pass independently of that. There's still international summits and events that I have to attend virtually. In this case, there's still policy objectives we're having to fulfill on healthcare, on things. So yes, the convoy was a piece of all. Like every day, I get briefings and updates on what the police was doing or wasn't doing. But we ended up doing that while you're doing all the regular things of government. So,
first of all, what is Justin Trudeau doing with his hand on the table there? But notice there, he says he was busy governing the country. Oh, what a great leader. He's busy governing the country during the Freedom Convoy protest. Interestingly, he failed to mention the fact that he fled Ottawa to Harrington Lake with a very serious bout of COVID, as we all know. He was very sick with COVID. He also forgot to mention that while he was governing Canada, as he says, he was also caught skiing. But don't worry, guys, it was only cross-country skiing. It wasn't downhill skiing, so it doesn't count, right? It doesn't count. He was busy governing the country while cross-country skiing, not downhill skiing. Big difference. Here we go, ratio of the week. The final ratio of the week winner before we give out the ratio of the year prize next Thursday. This week's winner is Chrystia Freeland for this absolutely bizarre tweet. Look at her here, looking very normal, looking the way we all do when we get our flu shot and our booster. Here she writes this: my family and I got our boosters and our flu shots tonight. If you haven't already, make sure to get yours. It's the best way we can protect each other this holiday season. Yes, this holiday season is very important to make sure we're not singling out Christmas during our booster shot and flu shot promotional tweet. Take a look at this ratio. Just absolutely horrendous. No one wants to see this. It's almost like rude how bad this was. Look at this. 22.7 thousand replies, only 5,414 likes. It is like I said, I mean, that's pretty ruthless stuff. We're going to go through some quote tweets. We're going to go through some replies. Here we go. We got some good ones here. Tell me exactly how it's the best way to protect each other when it doesn't stop transmission. Go on, Chrystia Freeland. Answer. Oh, wait. Zuby quote tweeted this and made a great point. Something that we all just love to see. Times are changing, folks. It's heartening to see these types of posts get a ratio now. Certainly wasn't like that 12 to 24 months ago. The tide has turned. Jack the Soviet also got in on the action. Hell no, this person wrote. It's so sad and scary that you won't wear a mask. Put on a mask when you get your flu shot. That's what Justin Trudeau did. Remember when he put on his mask to get his shot, took it off for the photo? At least do the photo without the mask, but make sure when you're getting the shot, at least you've got the mask on. That's really important stuff. Even I know that. Even I know, to promote the shot, you got to put the mask on. That's the whole picture. All right, that's going to do it for us this week on the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for being a great November 30th to the Ratio of the Year prize. My name is Harrison Faulkner, and this is Ratio.
Oh.
For more on this, I yield 5 minutes to my good friend from the great state of Texas, Chip Roy.
Gentleman from Texas is right next for 5 minutes.
Thank the Speaker. I thank the gentleman from Pennsylvania.
I can't help but be amused that the gentleman from Massachusetts says that we refuse to come to the table. As if the gentlelady who will soon be the chairwoman of appropriations, Ms. Granger, my colleague from Texas, doesn't want to sit at the table with colleagues on either side of the aisle to come to consensus about how to spend taxpayer dollars, or better stated, how to borrow money we don't have. As if that's actually true. What table is the gentleman referring to? What table does he want us to come sit down and negotiate? It's not this table. I don't have the power to offer an amendment on the floor of the House of Representatives, despite being elected by 750,000 Texans. I don't have the ability or the right to be able to stand up for them and have a debate on the floor of this chamber. Everything the American people is watching right now is a complete sham. It's a fraud. A fraud being perpetrated on the American people right before their eyes, right as we head into Christmas. Sitting here on the 23rd of December, with 6 years ago, those boys crossed the Delaware. We were dealing with Valley Forge, or the boys in 1944 sitting in foxholes in Bastogne over Christmas. We got 18 Republicans who joined with Democrats in the Senate, get on their fancy planes and go home, and we're sitting here trying to do the work of the people. Not spend money we don't have, not drive up more inflation, not have 7,500 earmarks for $16 billion for pet leftist projects across this country. What you see here on the floor of the House of Representatives should make everybody ashamed. The People's House. Not one amendment has been offered on the floor of this body since May of 2016 in open debate. The gentleman from Massachusetts dares to impugn the character of the Appropriations Chairwoman Kay Granger and those Republicans he says won't sit at the table, when in fact what you see here is a 4,100-page bill cooked up by a handful of people behind closed doors, brought before the Rules Committee with no ability to offer an amendment, no ability to debate, no actual discussion on the People's House floor. And my colleagues on the other side of the aisle know it. And we're spending money we don't have. Go home and sell your project. Go home and talk about all the pork you're bringing home. But you're destroying the United States of America. Absolutely destroying this body. The American people did not send us here to do that. My colleagues on the other side of the aisle know that. My colleagues on the other side of the aisle know full well that this body is broken, but do not care. $45 billion to Ukraine. Have we had a full debate on Ukraine?
Nope.
Or did we take $45 billion of funding for Ukraine, package it on a $1.7 trillion bill, invite the president of Ukraine to address this body for theatrics heading out for Christmas in order to jam through a big spending Democratic priority bill that the American people resoundingly rejected in November? For 70 years, this body, when we've had a transfer of power in the Senate, we have not done this in a lame duck. And that's what my Democratic colleagues are doing. There are consequences to this. You can't go out and talk about inflation and talk about what the American people are feeling right now when they're trying to fill up their tanks with gas. They're trying to have presents for their families. They're trying to pay their bills. And then come here and dump hundreds of billions of dollars into the economy while the Fed is raising interest rates and people can't afford to buy homes and they can't live, and say you're doing the people's work. My colleagues on the other side of the aisle, night before last, were apoplectic that Mike Lee was daring to challenge the idea that we should have a bill that literally prohibits Border Patrol from securing the border. He wanted to try to fix that, try to extend Title 42. My Democratic colleagues rejected it. And I sat here on the floor, and they were more concerned about catching their flights for Christmas. Trying to say, we can't be here over Christmas. Well, why the hell not? The American people deserve us to be here over Christmas, actually fighting for them, instead of trying to catch planes while half this body are going to vote by proxy. Half this body's not even going to be here.
Wow.
And they're lying. They're lying on forms saying that they're voting by proxy for COVID. And it's a lie. And half this body's going to do it. You know it. And it's destroying this country. I'm not going to just sit here and roll over on this. This is going to continue. The American people are going to know precisely what's happening to them by the people's house.
What? Yes. Because Zelensky went to the White House, or went to see the president.
Who?
Zelensky?
This guy?
Who's
Zelensky?
He's the one who's running Ukraine, the war in Ukraine.
I'm sorry, I was just thinking about you talking my penis. I didn't care about Ukraine right now.
That's fucked up.
My penis?
Nah.
Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, I know.
Why?
Sorry.
Sorry for what?
Mm.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. Just think.
Me?
Think like me.
Oh, good.
You smell me. Oh, it's because my arm is there. It's nasty.
Welcome, everyone. I'm just going to give it a couple of moments for a couple more people to hop on. So we'll have a little banter and chit chat. And we'll started a very long time ago, 99.9% chance that started inside of the first 5, if not 7 years of your life. Started when you were young. And the consequences have been very severe. And even though to some degree we can be aware that we've been paying a price, because some of it is just so freaking glaringly obvious, we're not always super clear on the real freaking cost to us. I recently put out a YouTube video and did a whole thing on dysfunctional family survival roles. So if you didn't catch that, it's sitting on my YouTube channel. You can go catch that. Fundamentally, what this conversation is about is we're honing in specifically on the family scapegoat, because that's a big one and very personal. I'll be honest with you. I was a family scapegoat, very personal to me, but not just me, the vast majority of the clients that I work with and the people who are attracted to the work that I do. And I think there's a very specific reason for that. I think that those of us who have been targeted as the family scapegoat, more often than not, tend to have been reared in not just highly dysfunctional, but, narcissistic families, relatively. Some of us more than others, for sure, right? These are, there's a spectrum there, but we tend to have been on the receiving end of narcissistic abuse our whole entire lives, and it is also my belief that we are the highly empathic soul. We are more than likely the potential life-working soul within our dysfunctional, toxic,
and milk.
destructive,
Pass milk there.
narcissistic family unit. Hence why
It's still
good job. I saw it.
soul contract, sacred contract, soul path, and journey to walk out with our family at work.
That's funny.
And it's freaking excruciating. And we pay some major heavy-duty prices along the way with all of that. But the good news is if we can get our ass, our heart, our soul on a very serious, real, and effective healing and recovery journey, when we step into our power,
You're so pretty.
look out. We are the change makers. We are the difference makers. This is the reason why we, I believe a number of reasons, not least of which the implications of spiritual warfare. The reason why the essence, the vibration that we land on the planet with, that we may not be aware that we land here with, is so disturbing, even as a little one, even as a toddler, is so disturbing to the highly narcissistic people. Lots I could say about that, but I'll try not to go down too many rabbit holes and be relatively succinct here. But, that calibration, that vibration, even when we're really young, is very destructive and disturbing.
The most surprised I've ever been.
Destructive narcissist or the really, really unconscious traumatized,
That's me.
wounded,
That's
sick,
me with my shoes.
mentally, ill. Sometimes, we deal with mental illnesses in our families. Like those people find who we are and what we carry, even when we're really young, to be a real affront, right? And we're just going through life like we just showed up with our high empathy nature and our great big heart and all the love that we carry, and we're projecting all our good stuff onto everyone from the time we're really young, and we're shocked to be on the receiving end of their projecting all of their disowned shadows, their pain, their trauma, their unresolved issues, all the shit and garbage that they're busy doing to everyone. They project onto us, and we're like, what the heck, right? So needless to say, when you grow up in this kind of a dynamic, I'm a little distracted, I'll tell you why here. When we grow up in this kind of a dynamic, we pay a freaking price, right? But when we get about the business of taking care of us and taking care of our soul, we are here.
What the fuck is she talking about?
And that is the good news. And that is, I want to have a real conversation about these issues with you today. And I want to have a real conversation with you around what the good news is and what we need to do to heal our heart and soul from all this nonsense that we've lived with our families of origin, so that we can get about the business of living our best lives. I really believe that.
What's the matter?
He's outside the door.
Huh?
So top of the stairs and looks below.
Oh, okay.
In my window, because that is what I specialize in. That is what I'm really freaking good at. But again, it's a very, real conversation here inside of my private community. And the real truth of it is, once you get you on the path of healing and recovery from the codependency and the narcissistic abuse and the Alzheimer's syndrome and all of that, 9 out of 10 of you, if you aren't already aware, you find out that you are full-blown empaths. 9 out of 10 of you, if you aren't already aware, find out that you're actually here with a mission and a purpose that has to do with being a light worker, that has to do with putting a dent in the darkness that is so freaking pervasive on our planet today more than ever. Like, look around. All hands on deck now, right? Like, we need help, right? So we have a responsibility, no matter what we've lived as the Black sheep family and as the family scapegoat. We have a responsibility as these high-vibing, highly empathic, light-working, potentially light-working, because that's not a given, we have to choose, but potentially light-working souls on this planet. We have a responsibility to take all that garbage and that crap and turn it into gold so that we can use it in the service of ourselves first. That's not selfish, that's real. That's what recovery and healing require. In order for us to have anything of value to give anyone else, we have to be the carriers of it first. So we take all that shit, we turn it into gold for ourselves first so that we can walk out into the world and start making a difference and start having an impact. And that can sound like really overwhelming if we're in a place where we're still being targeted by a partner, a spouse, our parents, our siblings, our boss, our neighbors, our friends, or all of the above. It can sound really overwhelming. On top of it, you want me to change the world? Well, the good news is you already carry everything that you need. We just need to get you moving in the direction of making you feel whole and thriving, so that progressively so, just by being you fully, it gets to be that easy. Just by being you can be a channeler of the light and the love
I know what it is.
that this world is starved for.
Oh, shit.
And who am I to make this kind of a difference? Well, I can tell you, we are all needed. All hands on deck. We are all needed.
Hi, Giacomo.
Who are you not to? So that is my brief introduction on the conversation we're going to be having today. I'm just going to say hello to whoever's popped on here. Sarah, welcome. Sylvia, welcome. Nice to see you. Sandra, I said hey to my sister Allie. Welcome.
Hello.
Guys, do me a favor and drop a comment and let me know whether or not you identify A as being the family scapegoat or the black sheep of the family? Let me know. If you identify as that, and whether or not you are
I
already
like when you lick my nose, but
aware
fuck you
that
stink.
you have to school, here, potentially to walk
Big
out
boy.
in like recognition. It's just a question of saying, I am ready. I
He's
am
camouflage.
available. Please show me how. Drop me a comment and
Hmm.
let me know whether or
Skin
not
flash in the
this
foot
answers
below.
you. Being the family scapegoat, the cost. What would it cost you? By definition, scapegoating is really where a dysfunctional family
Scapegoating is real.
has assigned
Oh yeah.
the role of scapegoat to one individual. Now, I'm giving you my opinion based on my personal and professional experience, and my particular spiritual beliefs about how it all is going down and all of it. Who gets chosen as the family scapegoat more often than not, right? In a dysfunctional
Baby,
family system, a sick
please tell
family
me what
system,
she's talking about.
Talking about scapegoats.
Yeah, but in what context?
Family scapegoats. That's okay. It's okay.
But a scapegoat is when you put something you did wrong on someone else, right? Oh shit!
Yep.
This is all ice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
What?
Queen Victoria and her nice children. TTC. Oh, but it is Toronto Transit Corporation.
Yeah.
TTC. It's Ride the Rocket. It's their slogan for the tramway. Ride the Rocket. Rob Ford wanted to remove them. Or Doug Ford, one or the other. Wanted to remove the tramway transit. This is China or Korea.
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh my god. There's like a lot of elderly people in China.
Well, yeah, because everybody take care of their elderly. Well, at one point.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
要多平台扩大医疗服务供给，增加相关药品供应，迅速分流轻症患者，扩容重症的救治资
Damn
源，
it.
守好
Well,
保健康
I've watched a lot of Chinese martial art movies. Now, every time I watch politician, they just look like every actor that I know.
Racist.
It's kind of racist.
Wow. What?
Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh,
Fucking trucks.
oh wow.
由于新冠病毒
Oh wow.
导致的肺炎、呼吸衰竭导致的死亡，那么归类为呢
They did this here,
肺炎新冠病毒
but they did this at least with wooden boxes.
No, we had trucks too. We
Yeah,
had.
but I mean wooden boxes. Like the corpse was in an actual coffin,
Oh, was it?
like
I don't
a
know.
coffin of fortune, called it. Like we're not in body bags, at least.
Well, fucking India. What was it? Not Delta. Before Omicron, whatever. The Delta one, I was watching. It was a lot of younger people, like people who are our age, who were standing in line with the gas tanks, like for propane or not propane, helium tanks. They had people were standing in line with carrying those, waiting in line, and like the guy who they were talking to, he was fucking so sick, and he was like, my parents are at home and they can't breathe, like, and they're dying, like, so I'm standing in line, and he was standing in line for over 24 hours to get oxygen in a tank. And they're like, we don't even know if they're gonna even get the oxygen that they need.
My brother, he had that idea like years ago, and he was like, see, at one point they're gonna need like oxygen in bottles. We should send them oxygen in bottle. I'm like, you know what, Cedric, this is not a bad idea. You actually should start thinking about that. And like years after, you had the oxygen booth in China. Like people go there, put money, and breathe oxygen. Because it's so polluted. That was during the smog. Remember when we were living the smog?
Yeah, well, if you look at anywhere in India, it's just like it looks like a haze that's constantly like
there.
Yeah, it's really bad. But like that's why like fucking people have been wearing masks in China for fucking years. Like since I was a kid, I remember seeing people who were just like on the street downtown and they're wearing masks. Like.
BC, Ontario, and Quebec. All of those things are already hitting the U.S., described as a once-in-a-generation storm. This, of course, is a lot to consider for Canadians trying to fly out. But flying or driving tonight, many are being asked to...
That was really cool what that guy said, where he was just like, our politicians are more concerned about fucking going on vacation and catching their fucking trip, because they're like, we can't be here for fucking... We can't be here for Christmas. Well, why not? Like, we're all here for fucking Christmas. When we all love to go on vacation.
Fucker.
So we're going to be traveling up north to the Laurentians on Friday.
Monique McCracken's two sons are supposed to travel here from Toronto.
We're really advising them to check it out and maybe, let's not be heroes, right? I'd rather them be safe and sound.
People in many parts of Canada, including BC, Ontario, and Quebec, are preparing for tough winter conditions. Rain, freezing rain, snow, and
you see the snow goes down to top. Fuck up.
In Ottawa, the NHL postponed the Senators' game against the Detroit Red Wings due to severe weather expected to impact the area.
Do we not live in Canada?
Yeah, but this is Toronto.
This is normal.
Snow could get more, creating dangerous driving conditions.
They might be very unpredictable, and if it's starting off as rain and then going to
look at this guy.
That could turn the highway
What?
into a skating rink.
This guy's like the chief of fucking SWAT police.
It's got nothing better to be doing right now than fucking talking about the fucking weather.
Yeah.
Challenging, tricky storms that we've had to deal with.
What?
Because of the event that it turns over from rain to freezing rain so quickly.
That's why many
Whatever, dude.
Nobody remember the ice storm in '98?
Yeah, that was way worse.
That's what they're worried about.
this week, while now also preparing for
This is normal.
Yeah. Wait, it's not even that bad.
The freezing rain is such a concern, in fact, that my ministry is strongly advising against any form of travel from tonight through Saturday.
Saskatchewan?
Okay, Allison, I know you've got some advice for people on how to prepare for these treacherous conditions.
BC.
Well, here in Quebec, Hydro-Quebec says hydro crews are ready. They're prepared for major outages, and they're asking residents to be prepared.
I can call her like,
things
flash
flooding and
listen.
charged phones, because the next
I know little boy.
that winter can throw in.
Retard.
You're welcome.
He doesn't care.
Oh.
Member for Brandon Surrey.
Speaker, farmers and hunters are not responsible for the increase in violent crime, nor are they the
You see
source
that?
of the
Commercial.
pouring in from the United States. Time and time again,
Minister Sunshine Baby.
for his government's failure to make our communities safer. Will the Prime Minister do the right thing, stop targeting
Did you see the gorilla?
and go after the criminals and gangs that are to blame for the increase in violent crime?
stated that we respect all our hunters and indigenous peoples who rely on hunting. We respect the sustenance rights of indigenous peoples, and we are not targeting those rights whatsoever. What we are going after, what we are banning, what we are trying to take off as our streets are deadly military-style assault guns, the kind that are made to be used in a battlefield. They have no place on our streets. We are going to make sure that we review this legislation carefully, get it right, so that our neighborhoods are covered.
Honorable member for Langley Eldergrove.
Madam Speaker, Marissa from Langley shared with me recently her deep concern about the Liberal Party's direct attacks on hunters like herself and farmers and sport shooters. She also shared with me her concern about gun violence and urges me to support common sense gun control. But in her own words, I can detect no sign of that in Bill C-21. So on behalf of Marissa and hundreds of others who written to me recently on this topic, when will this Liberal government stop targeting law-abiding hunters and farmers?
God.
My job is when my minister talks, I get up and What?
It's a tasty grade of holiday treats.
I hate people.
Rice Krispies.
That's you.
It is me.
This is a Smurf house. Actually, I'm just kidding. Everyone knows Smurfs are extinct. A French house cat named D'Artagnan killed Nate, the last known Smurf, in 1964. So this is a house for humans. Maybe when you think about your home, these folks are coming up with new ways to make homes on an assembly line using carbon-negative cement.
Huh.
Why do this? Well, in a state that is increasingly on fire, overnight, another wave of destruction. Thousands of structures remain under threat. It might be a good idea to make homes from fire-resistant materials.
Zones was born out of my brother and myself wanting to build something on our property so that when our parents visit from Egypt, they have a place to stay, and building something out of wood just makes very little to no sense to us.
Even without wildfires, we're in the midst of a massive housing shortage. All over the U.S., there are people who can't afford
I don't understand why they keep saying this.
So right now, lots of people are trying to shake up the way we build homes because there's just not enough.
But there's enough of them. They're just empty.
Yeah.
You have to be arrogant enough to assume that you can do something different.
Stop tearing down the fucking buildings that are there.
Is an idea that could totally change the way we build, and it might be the way to a future without housing shortages. This is Hard Reset, a series about rebuilding our world from scratch. Sonoma County is
There's just a kitchen in your house.
and learn
The rest.
Like, they have a staircase that goes up.
Take two, marker. And action. Great. I never know. Let's start here with the elephant in the
Right,
room.
window.
Very cool.
What are we looking at here?
Well, what we're looking at here is our zone.
This is Mike. He gave me a free cup of coffee and then he showed me around the factory where they make these zones. There's small structures you can build in
They're
your
not
backyard.
domes, they're zones.
One of the first things you notice about these structures is the outer shell, which is made of a special kind of cement.
This is our
Okay.
rock shop where we make the concrete shells that are the exterior of the zone.
Portland cement, or what we call concrete, that's what you see in the roads, and generally what we see as concrete, causes about 8 to 10% of carbon emissions in the world.
The man with the impressive tattoos is Kareem.
I'm pretty much out of space for tattoos.
Not really,
He
dude.
formulated a
Not really.
kind of cement
The whole
that
face is
actually
not covered.
carbon-negative.
One of the things that's amazing about magnesium phosphate cement is that it sequesters more carbon from the atmosphere over its life cycle than
So it's pretty much drywall.
produces in its production. It's similar
pretty much
to
drywall
the
concrete.
compound used in things like the pyramids and the Greek amphitheaters. So it's highly bioavailable. It's incredibly resilient. Lasts
I really
for
think it's
hundreds of years, and also
I really
it's
don't.
incredibly resistant to heat. So
No. Keep continue.
I don't want to watch it. Okay.
It was just 10 minutes anyway.
4 weeks ago. Yeah.
We have new developments in our breaking story out of Paris. Authorities say 3 people are dead and several others wounded after a shooting in central Paris. Ross Cullen is in Paris following this story for us. So Ross, what can you
Ooh,
tell
with the
us?
CIS right behind. Jesus Christ.
Holy shit.
Let's look at their gun.
Holy fuck.
This is the normal police of France. The CRS.
Wait, what?
Yeah, this is a normal police code. They're all
They walk around with semi-automatic
all
weapons.
the time like that. Like you ask for help over there and you get a little lady with the machine guns. Oh, yeah. This is France for you.
Making his presence here, Emmanuel Macron, president, has asked him to come to. We are expecting the Interior Minister.
You don't fuck around with the French police.
Also to meet some of the first responders, the police officers.
That's what started ACAB. The CRS. Because the CRS is enculé. Like the motherfuckers. CRS are motherfuckers. Look at them.
Ross Cullen in Paris
Right?
this morning.
Not even holding it. Like,
What's up, man?
not even a strap, no nothing. Like,
No, they just have it. And they're not heavy, so you can actually shoot like that. Yeah, they're graphites. They don't weigh nothing. Like, what's actually heavy is the bullets. So, like, okay, a pellet gun. One of my pellet guns.
yeah.
And the exact same gun, but real. The pellet gun is more heavy. As soon as I put the bullets in it, though, oh, it gets a weight. And if there's no bullet, no pellets, you think that the pellet gun is the real one. Fucked up, man. Ouch!
To a changed
I just hurt myself.
Russia has launched a brutal and unprovoked attack on Ukraine.
What we've been able to do.
You found the tickets?
What?
Did you find the tickets?
You're a dick. No, I did not find the ticket.
No, find the tickets.
We will continue to do everything we can.
We're finally telling the federal government no more. It's time to stand up for Alberta. What we're calling
Ooh.
for today is just a meeting to sit down
Alberta.
with the Prime Minister.
Fuck Alberta.
Have a discussion about a fair and sustainable funding
You okay?
for the future of healthcare.
Poop
in
cramp.
the country. Just some of the political moments of
Oh.
2022 were moments where you remember how much happened.
Poop cramp.
Yeah, it was.
I know it was. Go poop.
So we're going to go through some key questions to all of you as quickly as we can. Andrew, first one to you.
Unmoored.
What?
I guess I would say this is a year in which a lot of things that we thought
What?
were settled or stable or set in stone
How are you?
for many years, if not decades,
Want to walk into the bathroom?
became kind of unhinged
Close.
from the previous wars. Inflation, for example,
I hate that.
stable for 30 years before this really made a breakout. Or we thought there was a peace in Europe that was going to last for a long time, that countries wouldn't be invading each other. We thought the stability of the
Oh, I just got a
democratic
migraine.
constitutional order in the United States and yes, even in Canada, we thought those were pretty much not going to be questioned. And all these things seem to be in play now. All these things seem to be things that we can.
Where's your downstairs bathroom?
And it's not at all clear that the political
Where's
parties
your downstairs bathroom?
have
Toilet flush is better too.
What's that?
So why don't you use the downstairs bathroom?
I
'Cause
just went.
toilet flush is better down there too.
I just went.
So? What do you mean you just went? Isn't that where you were going?
I took a pee.
Yeah, don't you have to poop?
Huh?
Yeah, don't you have to poop?
Yeah.
Why don't you go down and use the downstairs bathroom? Or poop. That way you don't have to be worried about mom walking in.
Yeah, the nice little kid needs to go to the bathroom.
Why don't they go upstairs? And Charlie is the only one who actually uses the bathroom, and he can hold it because he's little.
And I'll give you 2 examples. Vaccine mandates, which started off as
Making
a
it
suggestion
difficult.
by a liberal
I am.
scientist that they could
I'm
win
sorry.
to a liberal majority in the election and led us to the convoy.
I'd
and
rather
when you're
use
using it,
upstairs.
as a springboard to a personality leadership victory.
No, it's closed. I don't want to walk in here one.
Involved the campaign and leadership campaign.
It's been closed since I'm up.
Wait, what? Sorry?
It's just because the door is closed.
Okay, I'll open it.
You're the best. I'll get over it.
In large part are an attempt to create.
I look stupid.
I'm not sure how Canadians react to the notion that.
I used to walk home instead of going to pee at school.
Sure, you would understand. It's not the same, but it's almost the same.
I used to not go to the bathroom at school. So I was too worried about cold
Tell
spell.
that one.
I know it doesn't move. Oh, yeah. Whoa. That's already going. What? Oh.
Who are good at science, math, or engineering, and who promised not to try and violently overthrow the government. Everyone hoped that these students would one day help the U.S. beat the Soviets in their scientific Cold War. A few years later, President Lyndon Johnson expanded the program by signing the Higher Education Act.
No. This is what I think. I think that NASA was designed by the USSR and Russia.
And that investment paid off.
This idea of America as the superpower that it is.
Yeah. And I think they kicked Russia out so that they could glorify themselves.
Federal investment in higher education has opened more doors to more people of color, to the low-income people, to the marginalized people. A highly educated population actually benefits everyone.
When more people go to college, there's less crime, less illness, and less dependence on welfare, the kinds of things that cost the government money. More Americans are choosing the college path. A growing share of those students are relying on loans, and the loans themselves are getting bigger and bigger. The result? A country with an enormous pile of student debt. It's true that sticker prices have been going up, but most students pay much less. Thanks to financial aid, the real cost of private school has actually stayed flat for the past 20 years. But the yearly cost of public schools, where around 3/4 of bachelor's degrees are earned, has doubled.
A lot of this is the result of the last recession. States continue to cut funds for higher education.
So as those budgets for states get higher,
I'm glad you think so, woman.
one of the
I'm
first
glad
things
you
to go
think so.
away. And so when that happened, all of those costs were also shifted onto taxes.
The federal government's investment in higher education also hasn't kept pace with need. Federal Pell Grants for low-income students used to cover 79% of tuition, room, and board. But now they cover just 29%. More and more people also are going to graduate school, which federal grants don't cover.
And so how do you make that up?
$1 trillion of student loan debt.
The government used to give out roughly equal amounts of grants and loans, but not anymore.
Federal government nationalized
Pretty woman,
loans, flooded the
you
market
coming with me? Pretty woman.
take them on.
I had managed to get through all my undergraduate without student loans, and then took out about $80,000 for law school.
If she had a typical 10-year loan agreement, she'd have to pay all that back, plus $31,000 in interest. And her
Holy
monthly
shit.
payments would be over $900.
After I graduated, I was not making enough money to pay back, so I put my loans in deferment.
That means she paused her payments, so the interest kept adding up. And in many loan agreements, unpaid interest is added to the total amount owed.
To the total.
Now Holly has to pay even more interest because she's paying interest on her unpaid interest. That extra $31,000 can easily balloon to more.
I'll just get out, and I'll make a lot of money. Lawyers make a lot of money, right?
College graduates can expect to make $76K a year, but that's an average over their whole career. It takes 14 years to get there, and at first they make much less, especially if they graduated in the wake of a recession.
There are a lot of people who have found themselves in an economy where
She's
their
cool.
education isn't really
Ilhan Omar.
And the pressure of having all of that has kept me from making plans for the future.
Well, my ex-girlfriend, she got $12,000 out of her tuition, and today she owes 25 grand. So that gets $13,000 that she has to pay over the 12 that she got as a tuition. It's fucked up.
That's why scholarships are not actually a good thing. Because some people can't afford their scholarship.
But
Bruce actually had a scholarship to
that was
McGill.
for her art class because she went to two universities. She went to OCAD for the art in downtown Toronto, and she went to York University for bachelor in creative writing. But then they paid for bachelor in creative writing, but then they gave her a tuition for a bachelor of art, and a tuition for like why? Because it's art. It's not actual concrete job. So they give you a loan of money instead of paying for it.
Really?
They paid for York University, but didn't pay for OCAD. That's why I was going to BC, just to get some money to pay her tuition. My brother fucked me over. I never came back. She had to move on.
But the only way you can pay for your loans is that a choice. No, it's not a real choice. It's
I'm happy now.
Well, why would you pay for someone else to go to school?
pretty sweet position.
Obviously, I don't know. If you want to go to
I
school,
was making over money.
Doesn't matter.
Like I mean, I felt that I could pay for it,
If you want to go to school, you should be able to pay for it.
but she was gonna be able to. But like she said, without making any plan for the future, because you have to pay your tuition. So that was slowing me down. So I was like, I'm gonna pay for your school. Fuck this shit. We're supposed to move. You know where we're supposed to move out? Campus casing. So I'm really not into the. I'm really not against the. Hey, let's move out somewhere. That's what we're talking about this morning.
There was a commercial probably still on. It was like one day.
Not like I even really want to. It's just that
It's fucking cold.
not even just
The politics sucks. The cops are assholes.
I don't want to be somewhere where I'm not wanted.
Well, we're here.
Like this is to French people. I'm not a Quebecer. Like I'm not a Quebecois, and I never will be. I'm English.
You're born here.
It doesn't matter if I'm born here. I'm still not a Quebecois. I'm a Canadian.
I'm a Canadian. I totally agree with you. Like my passport's not from Quebec. My passport's from
They don't
fucking
consider
Canada.
me a Quebecois because I'm English. Like so, fine. I don't want to be where people don't want me.
And French people in Ontario, everybody thinks they're Quebecois, and they're so fucking pissed off because they're like, we are Ontarian. Like they're so proud to be Ontarian.
Yeah, because everyone accepts Ontarians. There's no one who's just like, no, you're not an Ontarian. Like, you're from Ontario. You're from Ontario.
Yeah, even if you're French.
Even if you're French.
And they want us to know the difference.
Well, Toronto apparently, downtown Toronto, GTA. Apparently, people in the GTA are pulling that shit, but it's all like rich white yuppie people,
Yeah, no, I'm talking more about Northern Ontario.
and they're trying to be like, we're Torontonian.
Yeah. Oh, Taiwan.
Yeah,
Taiwan was the capital of China before.
really? I did not know that. I thought Beijing was.
Now Beijing is
I didn't know that.
because it's Taiwan is its own country,
And so is Japan, isn't it?
but Japan is Japan. Oh wait, Taiwan is in Japan.
No,
It's
Beijing
Chinese.
is Japan.
Beijing is Japan.
Yeah.
Okay. Japan used to have 9 islands.
Yeah.
Now they have 7 because 2 of them flooded.
Oh,
Yeah, near Indonesia.
I did not know that.
And this is Japan. This is the army of the country of the rising sun.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, their flag used to be much nicer. Anyway,
Now it's just a dot. A big red dot.
yeah. So then China, everything was like made in China, made in China, made in China, but everything was made in Taiwan.
Oh.
Taiwan was a city. Now it became its own province.
Oh.
But when you're a different province, you're like independent from China.
Oh.
So you're like your own country. It's still China, but it's its own country.
Oh.
It's fucked up, eh? So Toronto's starting to do that. Oh, GTA, we can sustain ourselves. Fuck you. We're gonna be our own country in the country.
Well, that's what Alberta's trying to do. That's what Quebec is trying to do. Like, but like, I'm curious to know what happened after Brexit. Because like now, but you can't get media communications from Ireland and all these other
You
places.
cannot
like,
get separation if you don't have your own army corps. Just that. Just that. Alberta's gonna do it. Army of
Currency.
Alberta. Canadian soldiers gonna be like, oh, I'm an Albertan soldier now. There's not gonna be a lot of people.
200 people. Like,
Kinda.
Student debt crisis is a civil rights crisis. We see now how student debt drives income inequality, drives racial inequality.
We've tried to fix this problem for generations now. You know, as policymakers
Uh.
can tweak the system in different ways.
I don't think it's about fixing the problem. I think it's restructuring the whole system altogether.
Well, that's what they're doing, aren't they? A new world order.
They're doing it in a total
Terrible
or in
wrong
a,
way,
in a like, and
Yeah,
it's
nailed it this morning.
what do you call it? A tyrant.
Yeah.
It's somebody who wants
House.
everybody to follow what they think is the right way, and not everything is the same for everybody. Some people don't Can't do it the same way.
It's like in Virginia. You had that command stone. Oh my god.
What is it? Why don't you just tell me?
It's a stone that's been written in like 4 ancient language
okay.
on top and 8 different language around.
That's cool.
It's the New World Order. That is not cool.
Jack?
It's like the okay.
Well, you just gagged.
He's like, "Ah." Yeah, we're gonna go. It popped up overnight. Nobody knows who put it there. Nobody knows like which and nobody claims it. But then you got the 10 commands of the New World Order. Like selective breeding, everybody's going to have the same laws. Everybody's going to have reduce the population of the planet at 500 million people. That's reducing population 92.5%. Virginia is guiding stuff.
Charging more than the graduate can expect to be able to repay back. That simple.
800 vocational programs failed to meet the standard, and 98% of them were at for-profits. Enrollment at for-profit schools, which had surged in the 2000s, had bad publicity. And then
The previous administration weaponized the regulation against schools it simply didn't like. This administration is committed to pulling back the previous administration's overreach.
With Secretary Betsy DeVos at the helm, Trump's Department of Education scrapped Obama-era regulations and then triggered a new recession.
And the sector that's growing, the for-profit sector.
Political leaders have been arguing that more and more people in the halls of power do have personal experience with student loans.
As I am paying my student debt off, I'm going to be sending my daughter in less than a year to college.
When I got the Senate, I still had these student loans. There were months where my loan payments were higher than our mortgage.
You're not even close to deal with your own fucking debt that your kid is going through it, and then your kid's gonna have the same debt.
Today, about 1 in 6 American voters have student debt, and they're waiting to see what the people they elected will do.
The families I've talked to, the individual borrowers, are sitting around watching people point fingers at each other, and they just really want help.
You want to really supercharge the economy? Give me the shot that you give GM and the airline industries and the 1% and all the tax breaks that Amazon and all these other companies get. Give that to the students, and let's see what happens.
Joe Biden is now in the White House.
Does anybody think that 12 years of education is enough in the 21st century to be in the middle class?
We should be thinking about getting a college education in the same way that we think about getting a K through 12.
That idea has become increasingly mainstream.
I just use the word free. Taxpayers should immediately button their back left pocket.
Thanks to the boost in tax dollars from new graduates. And for people
who can put $80 to $100 billion back into the economy every year, you will watch the GDP rise. Education is for the common good. It is.
The Soviet Union may be gone. There are new space races and new frontiers of technology and innovation.
Are you in Virginia?
Yes, Rob.
What?
Right in the park. I always wanted to know what it was.
You saw it?
It's at René Lévesque Park. Can I help you?
Yeah, you got one over there.
We love watching people win. Just won 250,000. Their reaction when they hit a jackpot. Bet on the right horse.
Their lives change.
$114 million. How does that sound?
But wins like these are rare. The gambling industry is built on losers. It's one of the biggest industries in the world. Worth slightly more than sports, which we do not betting. And it dwarfs other forms of entertainment. In the 10 countries where
Other form and entertainment.
but that's just the average.
I think the last time I checked on my sort of net balance.
Then another 10,000 off of my cards.
You know what? What's real is the money you spend to keep playing. The casinos on the Las Vegas Strip. Clearly, people don't just gamble for money.
Well, that's the way it is with gamblers. Easy
Gamble
come,
explain.
easy go.
There's the $5,000. Everybody would like to be rich. Looking at the next penny, okay? Step up, don't turn to back.
$14 million to one chance is a lot better than no chance at all.
Scary. The guy was on his head. The urge of getting something for nothing.
That money's been around for a long time.
Campbell's getting in the round. The first gamble was like, I bet you $10.
Are you seriously? We're talking about probability? Probability was like the majority of my last year of high school. And the way that my teacher started the explanation of probability was you have a coin. Flip coin. Chances of you getting heads or tails. It's 50. That's probability. That's all it is. That's the extent of it. Why did I have to spend a fucking whole year doing probability? This is like I got it. I got it.
And there's stupid things like you got like a story in mathematics and you tell something and they randomly tell you that there's 25 apples on a fucking table and those apples are not relevant to the story. And then you
That's when I actually stopped doing math sit props. Situational problems, and they started doing it with like my generation. They didn't do it with their parents' generation. You know, they started doing it with like my sister's generation with sit props. So the question was, there's 30 kids in the class. 8 of those kids wear glasses. In 10 years, how many of those kids will be wearing glasses? I was just like, the question's erroneous. Like, and they're like, yeah, but you have to use the math that we're doing to like the.
It's probably 8 kids because there's only 8 kids there now that has glasses and there's nothing else.
It's the. They just want you to use the formula of whatever math that they're currently doing to just solve it. And I'm just like, the question's erroneous though. Like it's a nonsensical question. Like I don't know. I thought that was like fucking stupid, and apparently I was the stupid one for being like, I'm not doing this.
I was the stupid one because I could take your algebra thingy, think about it. I found I couldn't even find the stranger, the X.
Oh, really?
But if you were telling me to use
the formula,
I was doing something wrong. And I was never.
You have to show your work.
Well, that's not the thing. That I was doing third day math. 10 years later, I found out that I actually had 11 way to do an algebra problem, not just 3.
Oh, really?
I'll show you that in university, that in school, to just show you 3 ways to do it. And in my head, I was doing it the 11th way. And when I was doing it with the problem, are you coming? What?
Get out of there. Yeah, I've seen this. Actually,
nobody knows who put it there.
They launched war on slots, calling them mechanical larceny because they were secretly rigged. And while he won the battle, the war, not so much.
This was the Great Depression. And to raise revenue, Nevada utilized casinos. New York's mobsters headed west. The main business of the town is
You startled me. I'm so tired.
You got a tire? You should have. It would have worked.
No! On a dartboard.
You're a dartboard.
Oh.
Are you a dartboard?
Oh my god.
Am I your god? The blue one. I have my boots upstairs to put over. Yeah.
Easy. I think that something's telling me.
That kind of day, huh?
I woke up this morning and it was like 7 o'clock and you really felt like it was 4 in the morning. And I wake up every day at around 3, 4 in the morning. This morning was like, it was like 3 or 4 in the morning. They're fucking with us. They're fucking with the time.
Why?
My children running away.
Why is it so hard?
I'm like, children are running away, and you hear it.
Where'd you come from? Because it's wet. I'm washing the floor.
A puppy!
A puppy?
No, where you going? Hey.
I got the joys in my mustard. It's one of those days, eh? Yep.
Hello. Lillian.
Bye.
Lily Pineapple Head.
You and your no pants. Yeah, you have pants on. Charlie's never wearing a shirt, you're never wearing pants. Make them into one person? My life would be so much easier. Crazy snowstorm outside, huh? End of the world snowstorm.
What the fuck? Okay, so ridiculous. Yes, baby.
You have to look into the bees. It sounds super crazy, but it's all the
Where'd you wear
bees.
pants?
I was watching this guy
Where'd you
and he's
wear
talking
pants?
about how the way the bees act depends on the weather, right? Yeah. And he's like, I don't know how,
Where'd you wear
but
pants?
the bees will take the honey and move it to the middle of the hive if we're going to have a really cold winter. And they didn't do it this year, so that means we're not going to have a really bad cold winter. Yeah.
And
So it's going to, like, snow, obviously. 'cause it's
Oh,
winter.
yummy.
Yeah, well, they said it was supposed to be super rainy and, yeah, a little bit. But
Hot dog.
it was
It's a dog
supposed to snow,
costume.
And then today it's supposed to be rain, it's going to melt, and it's all going to be all, like, okay.
What?
Yeah. I heard it this morning. The rain. What? And he's giving you snacks again.
Whoops.
Snack monster.
Whoops.
Snack monster.
My bad.
It's fine. She's been eating all morning. She could eat some of your shit for a bit. Last time, she like gave a projector and like she looked at you and saw you're distracted and ran in the opposite direction, like very fast. Yeah. Runs into Dad's office, like good thinking. Yeah, because Dad wants to take away from her. I guess it's time I changed my shirt today.
Okay, what the hell?
You go downstairs to your snack. Say bye. I have to make
Son of
some
a
cards.
bitch.
My mom made like tons of cookies, so I don't have to now.
So I heard.
Kind of the best ever because I really